And welcome back everyone. In today's video we are going to be showing how to make overlay materials or outlines. Now this is gonna be very quick and simple tutorial. I'm just going to make a folder for just materials. Here we want to make material and I'm just going to say empty overlay 1. Now when we open this, now for this we want this to be mask type. And you can leave it to default lit. You can make it unlit. Unlit is so it is not going to be affected by the light, and default lit is going to be affected by light. Now, for our overlay material, I'm going to leave it so it can be affected by the light. Now, first thing we want to do is give it some color. Now for this tutorial I'm be using some color like red because red is very easy to be seen. So like this color is going to fit perfectly. Now for this we'll want to use the Fresnel node. I mean you don't have to, you can do some random like texture implement, but for this I'm going to be using the Fresnel node. How am I going to do this? Is just by putting this in opacity mask. And right now you can see you can just play with it to make what you like, what you want. Like you can say 0.3, you can make it so it goes a bit more like to that, maybe something like 0.5 and 1 could work. Now after this what I'd like to do is maybe go say like multiply that and that, put it just into emissive color. Now this is going to give us some very good look, but because this just mask is not going to get me like that smooth look, you see like it's just going to be a big hole. We can do translucent. It is going to look a bit more like, yeah, as you see, more a bit more blended. Now you can of course play with it, change how much it is going to be expanded. You can place 5 so it can go more to the sides. I think I'm going to also leave it like this because that's pretty much what I like. Now only important thing right here is to plug this into opacity. So like that, and you can do 0.5 maybe, just to get something you like. But basically this is how I'm going to leave it for an overlay material. Now let's say I want to put that on our character. Now I'm going to go into blueprints, open character, open this. Now here, you don't want to put in either of these slots. You want to go search overlay, overlay material. And here you're just going to put material overlay 1 or whatever you called it. Now let's say if we go to play, we can see that our character has a red overlay. Why what would I use this kind of overlay is more like some ability power up, like if you have some shield to indicate some shield, because it is not only that you can put personnel, you can do something like textures or whatever you want. But now for our outline, we want to go again into in here. We want to create a new material, call it material outline. Now for outline, we're gonna need, it is gonna be a bit more complicated because we're going to need, but basically for this one, I think it should work more, a bit better, the mask and unlit. Why unlit? With the outline, I'm going more towards some kind of cartoonish look. So that's something I think would work. Now here, want to set the position. Vertex, normal vs. And after this, you want to do multiply. And we can do like something like 1.5. I'm going to try. That's going to be for the world position. Now, after that, we want to get the opacity mask. For the opacity mask, we can do something like, for the opacity mask, we want to say it is two-sided to true, because it is going to have our two side. Now, two-sided sign. And then you want to do 1 minus x. So it is just basically to rotate it. And for the emissive color, you can just put some color you like. I'm going to call it 3 and press on the screen to get 3 vector. Right here, something like the red color if it wants to go like this. Now I'm going to apply, wait for it to compile. Now we can see this dot is just basically the place where there's no texture, so it is going to be see-through. Why is that important? Again, you want to go here in the outline, and now our character has all the outlines. This is more of a, like, you can set the colors some darker color like black. So this character is going to look more like cartoon characters. So you can see, and now let's say if we did give this outline to all of our assets in this scene, it would all look like it was some kind of cartoon. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope see you in the next one.